let's start off. So, if possible, if it's convenient, please do keep your videos on all through the meeting so that the meeting is more interactive. Please do that. Thank you. And just to remind as to why we have this meeting, what is the purpose of BGSM? It is to ensure that we all come together, we share ideas, we share strategies, and we keep challenging each other to grow our businesses 10x. So that's the main idea behind doing these sessions. And we focus on the pathfinder stage of businesses. That is somebody who has already started and who is looking at a place where they would like to get ideas and they'd like to make a a shift in their operation or to see which direction to take. So that's the stage of business that we are all the topics would be focusing on. And we started this around 5 years back when three friends we got together. We started asking questions to each other and helping each other with whatever knowledge we had, and that's how the entire format took shape. And we have a portal called bacommunity.me and also a tool on bgsm.rejola.com. I'll explain more of these in the upcoming meeting. And today we will be focusing, to be honest, today's topic, strategic inflection point is something I did not know the entire meaning of it, and I didn't want to spoil it by asking questions. And also, I thought, okay, let me also have a similar, wow movement or aha movement, listening to the topic. So today we have Dr. Sunil Meshram, who is a project management coach, who's done his doctorate in project management, who will be sharing today's topic called strategic inflection point. So the format will be, so Dr. Sunil will be sharing for a few minutes, and then all of us will be sharing whatever we feel, is something that we can add to the presentation, and then towards the end we will have a closing. So that's the format. Thank you very much, Dr. Sunil, for agreeing to take today's session. Over to you.
Thank you, Thomas. Is my PPT
Yes.
visible?
Yes.
Okay. So let me start by sharing, like I'm also learning, so I'm not an authority on the subject, but I thought let me share my thoughts and experience on this. So this is my brief introduction. So I've handled the, basically I'm known as a project management consultant. Now I already started consulting senior CEOs on how they can manage their projects. So let's start with the question, why should we fail fast? I saw this.
So that we can learn fast.
Everybody can answer. Yes, Mr. Franklin, why should we fail fast? Any
Thomas
thoughts?
has answered already. Thomas has answered already. Fail fast so that you can learn fast.
Correct. So let's try to take failure as a positive thing. And okay, let me straight away get into the topic. So inflection point is a term I heard around 12 years back when I was part of Ericsson. And all these big MNC companies, they have think tanks, they have researchers, and big data is not a new concept. Statistics is a new concept, and is not a new concept. So people have been researching, how companies, instead of growing, they reach a point in their life where actually either they can grow or either they can decline. So it's a trajectory. So inflection point is basically it was coined by Andy Grove, former CEO of Intel. And because of the change in the environment, because of technology, market, competition, companies need to adapt. Otherwise, instead of going up, companies actually, we have seen a lot of companies actually decline. I've seen a lot of companies in COVID which actually died And being a professor of management, I always tell my students and working professionals that you must take time to understand the history of management, the history of companies. History is a very interesting subject, but we should also look at the history of business, the history of management, the history of leadership. And you will notice when we study the history of business, a lot of business we started 100 years back, 20 years back, 30 years back, they reached an inflection point and they declined. Very few were able to grow. A company like Ericsson, even if I talk about Ericsson to people nowadays, they will say, oh, they're into telecom switch gear. Ericsson makes switches, telecom switches. But that's not what Ericsson is doing now. I mean, it decided 10 years back that they had reached a inflection point where they knew some of their strategic business units were declining. So
I think we've lost Dr. Sunil's signal, so maybe he'll join back in a moment. I'll just wait. I hope others can hear me.
Yeah, we are able to hear you, Thomas.
Okay. So
Yes,
let
we
me
can.
call Dr. Sunil. Probably he'll join.
Yes, joined, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, sorry.
No problem. You can just continue.
So we are
Yes.
staying in a world which is volatile,
You'll have to share your
complex,
screen. Screen share also stop.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
So we are staying in a world which is actually volatile, uncertain. So strategic inflection points are critical moments during the life of any company when its entire strategy needs to be brought into question. That's why it is called as strategic inflection points. And this was coined by former CEO of Intel, Andy Grove, where he describes a shift where traditional way of business no longer aligns with new realities, be it due to technology, competition, or societal shifts. Companies facing a strategic inflection point often need to adapt, innovate, or reinvent their strategies to stay relevant. Now, when we see the environment, any business exists in an environment and there are forces. What are the strengths of your competitors? Who are your suppliers? Who are your existing customers? Who are the potential customers? And finally, this is very important, the possibility that business can be done in a different way. Can we do business in a different way? Any disturbance in the balance of these forces will transform the company's business environment. So, Mr. Potter is a strategic guru from Harvard, and he also talks about, the competitive forces in the environment. There's competition, there's a threat of substitution, there's a threat of new entry, suppliers are also demanding, customer is always king. Some of the examples of strategy inflection points, which I took from ChatGPT. Digital transformation. Now, a lot of people who were not in COVID, in the pandemic who were not into e-commerce, they suddenly had to shut down because people stopped going to the markets. And we see in the case of electric vehicles, because now the government is pushing for pollution-free BS4, BS5. So industry has reached an inflection point where they are pushing for electric vehicles. I was doing some case study of some people who actually beat the transition point. So now in our BGSM, we have people who are relatively small solopreneurs, small entrepreneurs, small and medium scale, and some are basically consultants like me who are solopreneurs with a small team. But in the big size, you will see in the big books, if you see Tata's, like Ratan Tata was a person who actually, even Tata's reached an inflection point. And if I remember correctly, I think he took the group turnovers in the 20 years that 25 years he was at the helm, from close to $20 billion to $100 billion. I'm also following some of my friends on social media, and I've seen how individuals and consultants as solopreneurs, they also have changed their profiles to be competitive and to grow up the trajectory. So one of our friends, he was in the Navy, then he joined IBM, then he got into telecom, then he got into sales, now he's become a coach, So how people have actually redefined themselves to beat the trajectory and stay on the growth trajectory. Constant repositioning. So when we are going to 2025, it's only 2 months away. There's always a chance to change. And the world is changing very fast. In fact, I have been doing a lot of research on artificial intelligence. And those people who are aware, even the Google CEO said recently in a statement that 25% of his work is done by artificial intelligence, So he's trying to send a signal, So world is changing. Question is, are we changing? So I want to leave some thoughts with you, and whatever decisions we are taking, is it backed by data, authentic data? I joined the software industry in 1998, and 2000 I was working with a CEO. I was the right hand of the CEO, and he told me, like, Sunil, we're not getting business. So I said, are you writing proposals? And then he suddenly realized, oh, we're not bidding for any contracts, so how will we get contracts, If you are not writing proposals, and if you're not writing proposals, that means you're not meeting clients. If you're not meeting clients, so he got the point. So if we do some research on the last, I've just written 5 years, maybe you can take 6 months data, 1 year data, 2 year data. How many proposals you wrote? What are the projects you have got? What is the revenue you made? Did you make any profit? Did you get any repeat business? And there can be so many other data points. We will see whether we are stagnating or are we actually growing. Are we actually growing, or we are just in this field because we are passionate about it, but we are actually not. But the data shows that we are. Data tells a different story. So I started applying this to some of the companies I'm coaching. And we all know what's a SWOT. The threats are increasing every day. The opportunities also are increasing, but so are the threats. Passion is good. But does passion lead to profit? Does it lead to self-actualization? Are there opportunities to leverage with partners? Now, if you see the industry, now people are not using the word suppliers, vendors. In fact, ITL framework says that the four foundations for any company is people, partners, process, and technology. So partners are the cornerstone of any successful company nowadays. Do we have a plan? Do we have a plan? Do we just continue our operations every day and just think that we'll get a business? Do we have a plan? Some of the things I just wanted to share. I know I have less time. Can we collaborate? Can we collaborate with people? Earlier, there was a time I actually used to feel that I cannot collaborate with X kind of people or Y kind of people or Z kind of people because I had so many things on my mind, that I can't work with these people. Can we focus on the positives of the collaboration? Should we take extreme stands in business? Do we need a balance? How well we can manage our emotions so that we basically come up with some partnerships to work. And recently I found out that some of the smaller entrepreneurs, not only in Chennai, but in various cities, they have collaborated, come together, and like a flock of wolves who hunt the prey. So they are, instead of one wolf, there are 3, 4 people who are coming together and hunting for business, which makes sense. So problems are essential. I just want to close with this. Problems are required for us to be successful. Thank you. I think my time is up. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can stop sharing. Yeah, thank you very much. Anyone would like to ask any questions? Or even add anything? If you would like to add anything, please do. If you'd like to contribute anything.
Good evening, everyone. And
Good evening, ma'am.
this is Devi Seshadri, Tactical Management Leadership Coach. And Sunil sir, it is very interesting. And thank you for the presentation. And when you are ending that, collaboration, yeah, I would like to, give my inputs because I regularly, wherever I go, I insist and talk about collaboration because the collaboration and business can only, win-win. But I really don't understand the same domain people or a different domain people. They are not showing an interest for a collaboration. I have a great question within me why people are not interested. Is that anything challenging them? Are they are not open minded? Are they have inferiority complex? Are they have benefit of doubt that will that collaboration will spoil the business growth or existing business? Whatever the reason, I don't understand. But still, I am very much open minded, would like to collaborate and grow together. Do you have any answer for this? Why business, especially for solopreneur and self-employed, micro, medium entrepreneurs are not, interested, showing collaboration, even the same
Yeah,
domain or different domain?
sure. I'm also learning like you. Thank you. It was a nice question. According to my experience, it's my target to meet at least 2, 3 new people every week. At one time when I was in full networking, and of course, everybody will not be open to collaborate with you. That is the fact of life. That is the fact of life. And but we need to move on. And certain people with you, they may have synergies or chemistry because of certain common factors. And it's applicable in business also. It's applicable in relationships also. So my suggestion to you is if they are not collaborating with you, point number one, maybe you should not take it very personally, and you should move to the next person, next partner for collaboration. Second is very important. You should be able to showcase your strengths in a collaboration. You should be able to showcase some of your strengths, and it has to be communicated. Nowadays, the time for communication is very small. So in the first meeting, you should be able to, I wouldn't say maybe first, second meeting, first of all, initially the chemistry must match. Initially, people, like with me, I'm able to get along with people with maybe my age or maybe 5 years juniors or 10 years seniors. I get along with, I can collaborate with those people. But a person who is like 20 years junior to me, it may be difficult for me to collaborate. So I also identify my target audience, and I also need to sell my strengths. Now, today, as I was preparing for this presentation, I'm telling you, I started writing my strengths on a piece of paper. And somehow I'm very traditional, like I still like to use paper and pencil and board. And I was shocked to see, I was not shocked, I was surprised that I also have certain strengths which maybe Thomas doesn't have. And of course, Thomas has certain strengths which I don't have. And we should be able to sell that strength to our collaboration partner. But first, you must identify your strengths. Your strengths are not only your degrees and your certifications, and they are much more. So I would suggest that you do a strength analysis, you do your SWOT, and a person who doesn't have that strength, but he has some other strength, then two partners can collaborate. I hope I am able to answer this question.
Thank you, Mr. Sunil. But it is not that personal. Why people are not collaborating with me. It is very general. Ask any domain. For an example, being a trainer, wherever whomever I am meeting, I talk about the strength as strength, as well as I clearly given information that I am your faculty person. I am open to collaborate with you, because the training domain, one person cannot go and do talk or give a training for multiple of places. If we collaborate together, at least per day, you can send your partner for other two places for training, so that you will be reaching three places and three different topic for of your training business. So business improves and everyone together will grow. Kind of indication even you give also, people are reluctant and they are not collaborate in different domain. For an example, Mr. Thomas is having a strength in digital platform. I have a strength in business platform. Where a small business, when I am going and talking about, if I bring a person, is an opportunity for Thomas to give a solution for mobile application or a website, whatever it is. But even kind of a I'm just giving an example. Even such kind of collaboration also, people are not interested for sitting and talking. First of all, discussing and understanding each other business, and how, working out for together to collaborate and grow together. These kind of things are missing to with the public. Very my observation, I'm just putting it across. And what is the reason?
No, I think it is purely individual. For me, 3 projects I tried doing with somebody else. All 3 projects were miserable failures. And I have been successful only after I became a sole proprietor. So for me, 2 things, I always tell people that you do business alone, because as Sunil said, the chemistry probably when you are outside, it is different. But once you start being a partner is like a life partner. It is like a husband and wife. There are so many issues which come up. And from the way things have failed for me, I firmly believe in God, and I felt that probably God wants whatever I do, I feel that God wants me to do it alone. So as a policy, I have decided that I will not partner with anybody, and I will try to do it alone only. And I will grow only to that extent which I can grow alone. This is my personal experience. And so it could be the personal experience of each individual also. That's what I'm trying to tell.
Thank you, sir. Even I also felt that people are might be the same what you were mentioned, having that reason, they are not showing an interest. But maybe still I have that hunger of collaborating or thinking about this line. Why? Because maybe my work experience in infrastructure solution, information technology side, and as a data center, since I worked in data center project, obviously it go along with me so many other product to together to deliver and implement. Because of that experience, I am thinking that it is very simple and easy. Of course, there are a lot of challenges and multiple, but it's okay. We have to collaborate and overcome when delivering to the client perspective. That is what I always feel that maybe you are right and Sunil sir is right, but still collaborative business can win, and it reaches so many level. That is my strong belief.
No,
Thank you.
Devi,
Thank you.
actually, I have two of my friends who have very successful collaborations. Both of them were on the verge of their business getting collapsed. They were in serious problems, and both of them, they collaborated. Now they got better technology, they have better capital, and they are having better growth because of the synergies. So definitely, there are a lot of plus when we collaborate. The best thing I see in my industry is the collaboration between Toyota and Maruti. If you see the way they are now going about, the same car, that different names. So Franks and Tizer are same. It is assembled in the same place. One is coming with a Maruti logo and the other one is coming with a Toyota logo. But their sales is doubled. So it is a model of an excellent collaboration. And as I told you, some of my friends have excellent collaborations. But what I'm trying to tell is it is an individual's experience. So in your case also, if you keep trying, probably somebody will come who will be able to get along, who thinks in your line, and probably it will be a successful collaboration.
Thank you all very much. We'll probably have one more question and answer, and then we need to close. Yeah, Doctor, yeah, please go ahead.
No, I just want to say this, like experiences can make you bitter or better. So I have had bad experiences with collaboration. I've had very good experiences with collaboration. I did a project in Bhutan where we had 4 partners, and it went very well. My last venture, Thomas is aware that I started a portal, and the partnership didn't go well, and but we are still friends. We're still friends. So, but I think experiences can make us better and better. Also, one thing is that the days of one-man show are over. I mean, I won't say it's over, but one person, one company cannot do everything. One delivery organization cannot do anything. Any organization which is delivering services cannot do everything on its own. So definitely the future is for having a positive collaborative relationship, for which we need to keep identifying partners. So yeah, that's my closing line. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Anand Jha had sent a message. He says, could you please share how to improve collaboration? Is pricing or no, or how knowledge secrecy stop us to collaborate? So it is there in the chat. So maybe you can just tell 1 or 2 words on that.
Yeah, the thing is, like, why should I collaborate with Dr. Sunil or Thomas or Franklin? There should be something which you have, which will make me to collaborate with you. So people are not going to collaborate with you unless you have a strength. Unless you have a strength. So my strength could be I am sitting in China. I'm a Chinese. I'm sitting in China in one of the biggest commercial cities. My strength could be my relationships with suppliers or government, or my strengths could be project management. My strength could be something. So people will collaborate with people who have strengths. So you need to showcase your strengths, which will make people collaborate with you. I
Thank
hope
you.
that answered the.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, thank you all very much. Thank you. Yeah, Brother Franklin, you wanted to say some words, so we'll take that as a last comment and then we'll move forward.
Who?
You wanted to say something? You've unmuted.
No, nothing, Thomas, nothing.
Okay. So we'll conclude now. Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Sunil, once again for your presentation on a very important topic nowadays. When the economy is shifting gears in different ways, and it's quite important that each one of us, including me, we should all look at how to continuously keep innovating ourselves. In fact, that is one of our core values. It's easy to tell, but very difficult to do. So thank you for reminding that and bringing that up. And thank you for the questions, Dr. Devi and Mr. Anand and Brother Franklin. Thank you all for participating. Please invite your friends for these meetings because it will help all of us when we have different ideas like this. And if you would like to share any topic you feel which can help entrepreneurs and business owners, please let me know. You can take up one of the upcoming sessions. So please let me know. And these are books that I recommend, strongly recommend for entrepreneurs who are starting and also entrepreneurs who are really looking at scaling up to very high levels. And if you have any questions, please do share them in the group so that the group also will be active, and you can also share about your business and we can all network even there also. Thank you all once again. Good night and have a great weekend ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas, for recommending the books. I'm about to finish Entry Leadership.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay.
I hardly have about 10 or 20 pages, but it's
Super.
really a wonderful book. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you all. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.